Hi members, it's day 83 of the 90-day health and wellbeing challenge. I've been to the gym. It's been a really, really tough workout. So a lot of cardio work, so sort of running, and then weights using the step up, a lot of squats, a lot of star jumps, weight work on the floor, and then stretching at the end. So it's such a variety, and it's really great for the hip joints. I'm feeling improvement and strength in those hip joints, which is super important, especially at this age now. And I think yesterday I said the over 55s. It's not the over 55s, it's the over 50s. But I think as we age, it's very important to strengthen those muscles, especially around the hip joints. My mum actually goes in for hip surgery, not tomorrow, the next day. And she's had a pretty tough year, and she's had this scheduled now for 12 months, and she's due to go in the next couple of days. So it really does prompt me. That's another big driver for this health and wellbeing challenge, is the amount of health obstacles that my mum has had. Hi Rose, how you going? The amount of health issues that she's had this year, diagnosed with breast cancer. That was in January. She was operated on in February. And then she's gone through the treatment process, and now she's going in for a hip replacement. It sort of stresses the importance of looking after our bodies, especially once we hit 50 and on. It's really important to be building those muscles in those key areas, especially around the hip joints, so that there's not as much wear and tear on those hip joints. So very, very important. Yeah, Rose, book a call. That's fine. Do that. Go to my website. You know what to do, leadyourlifestyle.com. Contact Trish. So, yeah, very, very important piece here is strengthening those muscles to make sure that it's supporting your back, your core, and your hips. Another interesting conversation I had on the way into the gym was with the lady that's at the front desk there. She's got all of the qualifications in fitness and health. And I asked her about BMI, like measuring your BMI, and she was a little bit sort of anti doing that, because sometimes to do with people's fat and muscle content can depend, it can sort of skew the measurement that you get. So I didn't fully understand it, but we did get onto talking about the 90-day challenge, and then started to talk about, hi Fatma, great to see that you're here watching. Started to talk about some of the, because the scales for me just feel stuck. And she said that is perfectly normal. And it's the fact that you're building up muscle, the most important measurement right now. I mean, I've got 65 stuck in my head, and honestly, I'm fluctuating between 66 and 67. It's just not moving. But I'm doing a lot of strength and a lot of conditioning, and I'm sure the muscle is building up. My body shape's changing. I've talked about this. And she was talking about the very same thing. And she said the worst thing that you can do for your fitness is to starve yourself, or to not take those calories in. So she said it's very important if you're given so many calories. And she said, how many calories are you having? And I said, 1,300 plus whatever exercise I do. And she said, oh my God, she said, I stay on 2,000 calories. So she's maintenance mode, but she's on 2,000 calories a day. It's like, oh my God, that would be awesome. So I'm on 1,320 calories per day plus whatever exercise I do. So usually say around 500 calories. That's going to be, I have the same results. Yeah. Rose, I'm the same. It's just not budging. It's like 66 to 67. I'm working out 6 days per week. I'm doing an hour a day. I'm burning 500 calories per day. But my leg muscles, all of my muscles, my body shape is changing. So I just don't think that this whole idea of having I knew very little in the early days. And all I knew was, okay, my only measurement will be the scales. And it's just, as I'm getting closer now to my target, it's just not a great measure, the scales. And I'm working that out as, the commentary and the feedback that I'm getting here. And also, even just talking to that lady in the gym today, she said the most important factor is, how do you feel with your fitness levels? How do your clothes feel? And do you feel improvement? And she said that's the most important measure. Only lost 3 pounds over the 30 days. Yeah. I'm hearing you, but you're doing so much work. You're working out, you're building your muscle tone, you're building your strength. And I think this is the difference here. And I can tell from photos, yes. And I've completely transformed, completely. And my confidence levels, my energy levels, my esteem, everything has changed. So I think we just have to accept that as part of this process. Just know that we've all been completely committed to the process. We've done awesome. Day 83, we've only got 1 week to go. It's just amazing. You saw the dish that I cooked yesterday. It was a beautiful protein dish, mince, with a lot of vegetables in it. And I cooked up brown rice and quinoa. That's a really nice combination. And I really enjoyed it. And I've got some meals for today. Very quickly, I want to share, and I should really do this in another video, I want to share 4 tips for YouTube, because as you know, most of you know, I'm building a YouTube channel, I'm building up my content. You guys are all building up your content. There are 4 most important things that I look for with respect to, or anyone should be doing with respect to building your YouTube channel. And that is and I'll go backwards. Number 4 would be consistency, which you all know I'm consistently daily posting to YouTube, and regardless of what I've got to share, I will just share it, and I think that's what's really important. So being consistent, making sure that you're visiting your channel, make sure that you're tweaking and improving your channel on a consistent basis, and just being consistent with content. Number 3, the most important tip would be frequency. So frequently posting to your YouTube channel. So I have actually banked about 30 videos right now. I think I'm only up to day 50 in the 90-day challenge on my YouTube channel, because it's just, I banked them. So in other words, if I don't release anything, or if I don't film anything, which I have been anyway, if I don't video anything, I've got a bank of videos to release on a daily basis. So frequency is important. And if you can advertise that on your YouTube channel, I haven't done that, but I think it could be an important thing by saying to everyone that you're going to be posting 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 7 days a week, whatever it is that you're going to commit to, by advertising that and posting that on your channel and making sure people are aware of how often that you do that. And if you do that, then be consistent with that and be frequent with that. Make sure that you stick to that commitment. It's really important. And even down to a time, if you can, I sort of lately have been publishing at about 1, 2 o'clock in my afternoon, Sydney time, and which I think is about 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you can stick to a time that you want to release your videos, then all the better as well. The second tip, or the second point for YouTube, would be TTD, which is the title, the thumbnail, and the description, the 3 most important parts of your video and optimizing your video. So making sure that you have a really cool thumbnail, or just something, a thumbnail with something written on it. At the moment, I've just got the days written on for the 90-day challenge, but I'm going to start to get a little more creative with my thumbnails. The title is super important. Do your research on keywords, on what people are searching for. Sometimes we put titles, and I've done it, I'm doing it all the time. I'm putting titles in there that are sort of more relevant to me, but not relevant to what people are searching for. So make sure you do your research with respect to looking for the most appropriate search term that would fit that video. And you know what? As you advance, I just turn the video on and I just start talking. But what I want to do is really start doing that research into what people are searching for and providing content that will suit that particular search term. So keywords are really, really important in your title, and making sure that you're putting even that title again back in your description. And again, you've got that tool called vidIQ, which can help you do that process, can help you search for those keywords, those search terms that you want to put in. There's also another Chrome extension that you can add, which I've added, and it's called Keyword Everywhere. And that's very cool. If you start to put in your keywords into YouTube, it actually builds it out, but it tells you how many searches per month on YouTube are happening. So that's called Keyword Everywhere. And the final tip is to always be doing your research and always have content available. So always making sure that you're aware, you're looking, you're making sure that you have content and writing those content pieces down so that you've got ideas for those days where you have nothing, because there are days for me that I have absolutely nothing. And I've come onto this video. I walked out of here and I had nothing. And I know that I wrote down these 4 tips for YouTube some time ago. So that's what I wanted to talk about. That's my share here. Day 83 of the 90-Day Health and Wellbeing Challenge. Great to see that you're watching, Fatma and Rose, and book in for that call. And I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Check in tomorrow, less than a week. Let's work it. Rose, keep going. Just keep going strong, and we'll see those results, because I know you've got those results. Don't worry about the scales. I'm not. And just keep going with it. That's the important thing. Bye, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.